So this is the risk that University of Michigan put, University of Michigan Hospital emergency room paramedic staff put a plastic wristband with printed characters that make up my full name and University of Michigan file number out of hydrocarbon printer ink. It would be my left wrist.
Just like changing. I get driven back.
And they put this on me every time I go there, and somehow it activates my electroconductive condition, which is related or caused by some type of poisoned, adulterated substance in my body that they seem to have something to do with and some interest to cover up, and to keep me from loading videos of my experiences there at the emergency room hospital. And somehow they're able to, after this irradiated band is put on my wrist and affects my condition, have the hospital police, security, send radio command, hack commands through my body while I'm holding my smart device as I am now, to hack command my device, preventing me from uploading videos. And sometimes they delete videos that I already have in storage, or they corrupt my device and interrupt and interfere with my electronic communication with the internet using the guest guest internet Wi-Fi service that's provided by the University of Michigan as a whole, and specifically by the University of Michigan medical system.
I don't mind.
So when I put it around my head right now, it does get a signal. Now when I take it away from my head, it doesn't. When I put it up to my wrist, it's not getting a signal with my wrist. But if I put this phone up to my I can kind of see it at the corner of my eye, even though it's still touching the top of my head. So, and the hair on the top of my head. So, I'm told that could have something to do with the cadmium that was in my system, but cadmium has a radioactive version of it, or isotope. So, but it could be a number of things. It's been expressed to me that I've been poisoned with something called promethium, which turns into neodymium metal, which is an highly electroconductive metal that's used to make superconductors and generators. So it eventually decays to that, and then apparently this remains in the sinus fluid of a body somehow. Even though the majority of it is excreted through urine and feces, and then that sinus fluid makes up our tears, it makes up our snot, our expectorant, and it makes up our earwax. Hold on. And this is how apparently University of Michigan students contribute with Ann Arbor Police and University of Michigan police officers in hacking my devices. That they somehow can send some remote microwave energy signal, or just by producing it in the area, somehow maybe it's drawn through my ear, or they can direct it to my ear, and maybe they have knowledge of the frequency that would be required to interface with this neodymium metal, you know, isotope product of the decay of a radioactive promethium, which comes in a metallic form, but also in a glowing salt crystal form, which could be sprinkled on any edible and potable, right? Really? Yes, sounds sci-fi, sounds unheard of, sounds ridiculous, it sounds frightening, it sounds all of that shocking, but this is a university town, and it's not MIT, it's not Harvard, it's not Yale, it's not Stanford. Um, there may be some average intelligence here, but what it's most reflected is an academic environment, community that is not only incompetent at producing something original for the purpose of helping humanity and aiding in this development, but in misusing and mishandling dangerous materials, hazardous materials, radioactive materials, and not having a lack of necessary, adequate, astute ethics by which to safeguard dangerous research and instrumentation and materials used for that purpose from harming the public in general. And that is a higher institution not worthy of the endowment that it receives for that purpose. So, and it's a shame. I once had a lot of faith in the University of Michigan education system. I studied at the University of Michigan Dearborn. I aspired to study here at the University of Michigan Ann Arbor. The buildings, the campus, the endowment, everything that one sees from the outside comes across as impressive.